Hello, white people. If Trump is convicted for violating the Espionage Act and two other federal laws, he could face up to 33 years in prison, legal experts say. So, 3 federal laws and 33 years in prison. Okay, yeah. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, and how many sides of a, is it triangle or cube? There's 9? Just their codes. This is all a hoax. Former President Donald Trump could receive up to 33 years in prison if he is charged and convicted of violating 3 federal laws following the FBI search at his Mar-a-Lago residence, legal experts say. The search warrant revealed that federal authorities were looking for evidence to see if Trump violated the Espionage Act, which carries a prison sentence of up to 10 years. The Justice Department is also investigating whether Trump violated 2 other criminal statutes by attempting to conceal or remove records, which carries a prison sentence of up to 3 years, and by attempting to damage, alter, or falsify records, which carries a prison sentence of up to 20 years. Trump is the most investigated person in the history of the United States, and they still can't find anything on the guy. The former president has not been charged for any of these crimes, but Trump would be in severe legal peril if the Justice Department finds more evidence that he violated those laws. Whoever wrote this article meant to say if they find any evidence that he violated these laws, legal experts told Insider. This article is by Business Insider. It was just posted not too long ago when I started reading this. The Espionage Act is a very broad statute that has been used in recent years very carefully by the government to cover situations that are egregious, said Daniel Richman Berg, a former federal prosecutor in the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. The general focus has been to look for something way beyond inappropriate possession of materials and look for some degree of dissemination and knowledge of wrongfulness on the part of the target. One legal expert noted that if Trump is charged and convicted of these crimes, the length of his prison sentence would likely depend on the type of evidence presented by prosecutors. It would be a question of what the evidence was at the trial that resulted in the conviction, plus the whole pre-sentence investigation that precedes sentencing, said John Q. Barrett, a former associate independent counsel in the Iran-Contra investigation. The Wall Street Journal reported last week that the FBI took 11 sets of classified documents after searching the Mar-a-Lago resort, but Richman Berg made it clear that just because the FBI conducted a search at Mar-a-Lago doesn't mean that the Justice Department will formally charge Trump. They probably got together and had a big bonfire. It probably wasn't a search. I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that they're building a case against them, he said. I think one aspect of what's going on, and perhaps the dominant aspect, is just the recovery of materials that he was holding was a violation of law. The FBI search at Mar-a-Lago comes against the backdrop of several ongoing investigations into the former president. God, these people love their investigations, or at least their phony investigations. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, Fannie, not a grand first name, is investigating whether Trump and his associates attempted to interfere in the 2020 Georgia elections, and New York Attorney General Letitia Affirmative Action James is conducting a civil investigation into Trump's business practices. Letitia's been investigating for quite a while. Can't she come up with anything? I don't know if it's she even. I think it might be an MTF. And the House Select Committee investigating January 6th is examining the role the former president played in the insurrection. The panel has held public hearings this summer to present evidence that Trump potentially violated 5 federal laws in the lead-up to and aftermath of January 6th, including wire fraud, obstructing an official proceeding, witness tampering, conspiracy to defraud the government, and inciting a rebellion. Oh my God, inciting a rebellion. Alrighty, well, I think that's the end of this article, but it bothers me a lot that the media and people talking about January 6th being day of insurrection, when we have seen other instances of what was actually an insurrection. It was never called an insurrection, and it will never make it into the history books. I will be so mad if they keep talking about this insurrection 10, 20, 30 years from now, and they keep trying to say that January 6th was a day of insurrection. That will make me angry. I don't want to hear it. But anyway, so how many, in your lifetime, can you recall any former president being harassed this much after he got out of office? Now, I thought once Trump got out of office and Biden got in, everybody would shut up. Well, they can't, because, they get no views. The media would not have a single view, because nothing is as interesting as Trump being the bad guy. They got to have a bad guy, because they have to prove to their advertisers that they can get views. They can't prove to their advertisers they can't get views. Their advertisers are going to move on to somebody else who gets eyeballs. So that's this game that they're playing. It's a stupid game. All right, white people, that's the damage for now. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.